Hey everyone, it has been a while since my last video. My last video was December 28th, and so today I'm going to actually do a video for you that is going to include my top sales, the best of my last 3 months. Now, a lot of you on the Facebook community over at eBay Sellers United, the group over on Facebook, have been talking about how slow it's been. Has it been slow? You better believe it. It's been the slowest I have ever seen it. I even saw I think it was a 15-year veteran, if I remember right, talking about how slow it was for them. They said it's the slowest they've ever seen it. I think some of the contributing factors, this is just my take on it, would be just a oversaturation on the market of sellers. Everyone's selling now. Everyone's getting this niche. And don't worry, it will level out. People will get frustrated, and those that don't stick it out will lose out on it. Just stick through it. And it's not because of some people are posting on my YouTube videos. It's because of people like you that caused stuff like this to happen. You guys are at fault because you're causing all these people to get ambitious and selling on eBay. Hey, you know what? If my video that has 2,000 subscribers is causing that, well, I just know it's not. I just know for sure it's not. 2,100 subscribers, something like that at the time of this video. By the way, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being patient with me here. It has been a crazy couple of months with settling into this new location here in Spring Hill, Florida. But it has been slow. This time last year, I was sitting at $2,500 within my 30-day period of sales. It was one of my best times. We were ending the first quarter of the year. First quarter is always an excellent time for me. It has never failed me. And this year, $800 average over the past and that's averaged from January, February, and March. I was looking at my numbers, and I mean, I'm scratching my head going, what in the world is causing this? So I'm thinking it's an oversaturation of the market of sellers. And I think another part of that would be it's just, I think eBay has stopped marketing as well as they used to. They used to have TV commercials. They used to market quite a bit and online ads, and I just am not seeing those as often as I used to. So I don't know. That's just my take on it. If you have any other ideas as to what may be causing it, go ahead and comment there. I know that the seller spring update is coming up too, and a lot of things are really frustrating on that. Increased final value fees among that. Just stick it out. Just stick through it. Successful people don't complain about their circumstances. They stick it out. They can continue through it. And so just be successful with it. That's the only way you'll be successful. Complaining is not going to get us anywhere. So that's kind of my take on it. Now let me give you the bright light here. On the circumstances, I'll give you some of my top sales. I'm not going to give you all of them because I have found a couple niches that I'm going to reserve for myself here, because if everyone were to jump on that, it's a small enough market to where it could kind of put me out of business. But hold your horses. It's not like I'm being greedy or anything like that. It's just when you find something that works, you don't want to tell everyone about it. But I will give you some of these. Eddie Bauer, portable bed, bassinet, changing folding station. This sat for a while. I think I paid $4 for it in South Dakota. We have since moved to Spring Hill, Florida, as you can see right here. It sold finally for $20 with $8 shipping. I think we wound up paying like $8 exactly for shipping, so we didn't lose out on it and finally made a profit. I wouldn't do it again probably, but you can see it folds up quite nicely. But you live and learn. This is just one of those things where you just learn the lesson and move on with life. This is, I went to a J. Crew factory store, as you can see, with the 2 dots here. Let me see if I can, it's not going to let me scroll down. I'm recording within a small region of the screen here. But if you can see, you can kind of see it right here, the 2 dots, that means it's factory. But I saw these buffalo plaid, and they were sourcing them out. They were clearancing them out, rather. And they had them, I think they were like $1 or something for the pair of socks. They had a $10.50 price tag on them. And I went ahead and put them on here. And I just sold my last one, actually. But they sold for $15 each. I did sell them with free shipping. So fast and free. So I did absorb that, but it was like $1.20 to ship them first class. So that was actually a pretty good investment. I think I bought 5 pair of them, and they've all sold since then. This was a purchase that I made in Seattle, Washington. And I paid, it was just at a little mom and pop shop. It's one we always hit when we're in the Seattle area. And we bought some Chanel boots there last year or 2 years ago now. Man, time flies. For like $30 we paid for them. And we were taking a chance because we didn't know if they were legit, but they turned out to be. We sold them for a high price. I want to say something like $600 we sold them for. Well, this shirt was one of those things where I had never heard of the brand. Maybe some of you have out there. But Brunello Cucinelli, sorry. It stuck out to me because it said made in Italy, so you always look that up. And sure enough, some of them were going for upwards of $100. Now, this wasn't a high demand color. It's more of a peach color. It sat for a while, but finally got my $50 out of it when I sent it to auction. Free shipping with that. And just an excellent be on the lookout for brand. This one sold for $20, paid $2 for it. Paul Frederick, any of those bright colored ties, you want to get as much detail as possible within it. I had another one too. It's still sitting, but I'm hoping to get my $20 out of it. But that was a good turnaround. This was just a chance we took. I usually don't sell women's clothing, but this one was a Chelsea and Violet. I think it was an anthropology. I think I pronounced it anthropology, and someone called me out on it in my last video. So anthropology, let me get that right, brand, and it sold for, it had 9 bids. I think we started out at $9.99, and it had a bidding war, which worked out in our favor. Paid only like $3 for it. This Xenia was a wool sweater. Now, it was March 19th is when it sold, so it, worked out in our favor. Usually this is a seasonal item, but we found it recently, went ahead and put it up. I think we started at $29.99, and it wound up selling for an awkward price of $43.96 with $5 shipping paid by the buyer. The color is more true on this one. It's more of a wine color. This Hartshafter Marks Gold Trumpeter, let me show you what it looks like. The actual tag, that gold trumpeter there. This is more of a modern one. You'll see there, you can kind of see it there. Look over at my mouse. The actual little round thing, if I move my mouse over there, it's going to take it off. But the round thing is the little gold trumpeter there. That's something you want to look out for. Maybe I can find it over here. Yep, sure enough, there it is. This guy right there. The gold trumpeter is the top of the line of Hartshafter Marks product. So be on the lookout for that. And I paid, I think, $7 for this. Sold it for $50. Sat for a little while. These blazers, they do sit for a while. The suits sit for a while, but it's worth it. This was a purchase at Burlington Coat Factory. I think we paid, I'm trying to remember. I'm going off memory here, so I may be wrong. I think I paid about $12 for these. But, I'll take a $12 investment turned into $50. I'll take that every day. And it shipped out. They paid $7. I think I paid closer to $9 to ship these. They were pretty heavy. Ted Baker London is a brand to be on the lookout for. And always take time to stage your items to make them look as professional as possible. This one I took a little bit of extra time because it had this purple, bright, shiny paisley on the inside. And it's the Endurance brand, the Endurance line of the Ted Baker. This was not the full suit. You want to get all those details. This was not the full suit. It was just a suit separate. It was just the jacket. I just called it a blazer. And it still sold for $70. And they still paid shipping. So I was thrilled to see that one sell as quick as it did. It's one of the ones that'll sell quicker. Hugo Boss Slim Fit. Anything Slim Fit and anything with this newer looking brand tag on it. This is the newer looking brand tag, and anything Slim Fit or Sharp Fit is going to sell very quickly. $19.99 was the buy it now. It sat for about a month and a half, but finally sold for that price there, and they did pay shipping. Dooney Bourke, this was just something that someone handed to me. I had some wear on it. It's not something that I would usually pick up because usually these are overpriced at thrift stores, especially Goodwills. But you can see there's some wear on it. But it was given to me, so zero invested, $50 out of it. And so I'll take that any day. This was a cool find. I found this in Oklahoma City. They paid $10 for shipping and paid full price, the $60 for it. It's that big logo, the vintage. Get Facebook updates over here. My apologies. But it's the vintage color block, the big logo stuff. Always be on the lookout for that. Nike, Adidas, Reebok, all of them sell, especially if they're that 90s or 80s look. And this one was just in excellent condition. One thing to note about my background, somebody has asked me about those. My backgrounds, I do a black background for my lighter colored clothes and a white background for my darker colored clothes. I just sort those before I photograph everything. And then I just put it up. I pin it up against a wall. I just take push pins and pin it up against the wall. And you can find these. It's a king-size bed sheet at Walmart. And I just throw it in the dryer to get the wrinkles out of it. And then I just hang it up. And if you just keep it hung up and then fold it nicely when you take it down, it's really no hassle at all. I think you can get these for $10 each at Walmart. So there's a tip for you, those of you looking to have better photos. I do use a Canon DSLR. It's a T5i, if you're wondering what I use there. It's a 3-piece suit that sat for a while. Finally sold it for $80. I think I paid $10 for this. Tommy Hilfiger, this window pane, and it had the big logo on the inside. Let me show you. And it even had an issue with it. You see that? How the front pocket by the lapel is coming apart. They still paid for it, but this had the big color block logo. So I will take that. Those big 90s logos for the Tommy Hilfiger. That's another one to look out for. They paid $60, $7 shipping. Let me zoom through these here. Armani, this was actually, I had it returned and then I sold it again for $60, paid $7. This I paid $8 at a store in Tulsa, Oklahoma when I was visiting family over Thanksgiving, and it finally sold in February for $40. These, I think I listed it way later. I have a whole tub of things that I still have to list. My wife's been listing some things recently for me, but it's been super busy around here, which would explain, again, that's why it's kind of been slow for me too. You get out of it what you put into it. But this sat for a while, and then I photographed it and listed it, and it sold. It was in excellent condition, and this was, I mean, it's true vintage. You can tell by the tag, and you can look up these things to see how much they, or how old they are. I was kind of lazy with that picture. I should have put it against a white background, but as you can see, there's a fishing vest behind it or something. This was missing a button, and it still sold for $30, and they paid $10 for shipping. It was a very heavy sweater, and they were still willing to pay. They paid $39.99 total shipped, and I think, don't ask me how much I spent on this. I want to say maybe $5. Samuelson is another. I don't have the. Oh, maybe I do. No, I don't. This only had one photo on it. I had an issue with Garage Sale, which is what I use to list my items, or I used to, until it took all my photos and deleted them. And so I had to go back through and upload all my photos again. Well, Samuelson, here's the name right here. Be on the lookout for that. It's an excellent brand to sell, to resell. $40 what it sold for. This, don't even ask me how to pronounce that. Yeah, not even going to try it. Volkswagen, yeah, that. I think we paid $4 for it at a thrift store here locally, and we sold it very quickly. Took a best offer for $24 on this one, $5 shipping. Peter Millar paid $2 for this in Oklahoma City, had tags on it. The tags were tucked into the shirt, so I guess they got missed. Still had a little recycling logo on the sleeve, as you can see here. And it still sold. So Pratt, 100% recycled. And these things go really well. Peter Millar is always a great brand to sell. $50, $4 shipped. This one was a $2 purchase at a thrift store here locally, and $15.99. Massimo Bizzacci is, I believe, how you pronounce it. I'm probably butchering these Italian names, but correct me in the comments phonetically if you know how to say it. There's the brand there. Be on the lookout for that one. Sold 2 of those actually. Found 2 of them together. Really well made tie. Lacoste is a brand that is starting to make a comeback. It's highly sought after with the polos, especially the polos that have stripes or any designs on them. The polos that have just the basic one color, they're just a solid color. Those don't do as well, but this one sold for $21.99 rather quickly. I probably could have put it up for about $24.99. It still would have sold. John Varvatos, this is another one that I sold, and I had an error in my listing. I actually listed it as a 42 regular, and it came back. I sold it initially for like 112, and then I put it back up for 140, and it sold very quickly at when I corrected it to be a 40 regular and measured the pants correctly. Luckily, I did not get a negative on that one, but always double check, triple check, quadruple check if need be. Frank and Eileen, this is one I'd never heard of. Here's the logo. For some reason, it's not loading that. Frank and Eileen, I don't even know who sells this. I think it's just an independent store, but it says woven in Italy, which made me look it up, and sure enough, it sold for $60. Can you believe it? Very soft shirt, very sharp shirt. It was a large, otherwise I would have kept it if it was a medium. It was an awesome shirt. I found this one just sitting in the $2 section of the thrift store locally. Brand new with tags, and these big pony things, especially with the countries on them, they sell really quickly and really for a lot of money. I did free shipping, paid $70. This one sat for a while in my box. I didn't list it for some reason. It just kind of was down at the bottom. I dug it out one day. I was like, wow, I forgot that I had this. But if you take a look, I kind of listed it as a spec design, and you can see a bunch of different colors in it. It's that tweed look to it. It's a very coarse wool, and it had these leather embossed buttons, and this sold actually pretty quickly at $119.99, and they paid $14 for shipping. So these Pendleton suits are rare, but when you find them, they make you some money. Ike Behar, this was a new with tags. I got it actually at Burlington Coat Factory, paid I want to say $6 for two of them, and I just sold them independently, and this was the second one that sold for $20. Profits everywhere. I actually bought this one on eBay. I paid, I think, $19.99 for it, but that was unique enough to where it didn't have anything wrong with it according to their description, and they were accurate in their description. It was just flawless, and it was a barber theme, and it was a really cool shirt. Even when I got it out of the box, it was just one of those things where it was just like, this is so cool. And it sold pretty quick for $80, $4 shipping. Notice, I'm not doing all free shipping for a whole lot of these. I'm making them pay for it, and they still do. I've tried the free shipping. It really doesn't help all that much. But Hermenegildo Zegna is the brand here. These loafers, they're driver loafers. I saw these, I think I paid $4 for them at a thrift store in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I saw one of them, and I could not find the second one anywhere. And I was looking up and down because, it's Zegna. You want this. I definitely wanted this. And so I went over to the ladies section, the ladies' shoes, and sure enough, it's laying underneath the rack. So that was a woohoo moment for me to find that second shoe. So I almost gave up, but that would have been an expensive giving up, $80. Again, I found this one in the men's section, and I bought it thinking it was a men's shirt, and then I got it home. I was like, oh man, it's a women's. And actually, I have a women's mannequin, so I put it on there and listed it, and sure enough, it sold for $50. Etro, however you pronounce it, potato. Still, it's an excellent brand to look for. I'm overusing the word excellent, I feel like, but $50 that brand sold for, even in the ladies. So there's ladies' clothes out there that's not oversaturated in the market. And then finally, January 1st, back at the beginning. January 1st, Brooks Brothers 1818 Madison. Here's what it looks like. If it will load. 1818 Madison. Madison is the cut of the suit, the shape of the suit. They have Fitzgerald, they have Milano, and those are all the cut of the suit. Madison is their biggest cut. Fitzgerald's more of a slim fit. Milano, I think I'm pronouncing it right, is their most slim fit. It's the most sought after. But these 1818 ones are a higher quality fabric, and they sell really well. This one just happened to be a plaid, which was a little bit more high demand. So $74.99, $11 shipping paid, and I paid $7 for this. So that's it for this video. That's what I've sold since January 1st. So it is slow, but if you're consistent to get out there and look through those thrift stores, look through those, even the consignment shops. I got a couple of these things at consignment shops, even like a Burlington Coat Factory or a Ross. Look through it, find the best of the best. Get out your app, search these things. If you don't recognize the brand, search it anyway. It may come up like one of these Frank and Eileen brands that brought me, that brings you a lot of profit. So keep searching, keep at it. I want to convince you, or I want to give you just some advice to just keep at it and don't give up. If you have not yet gone over to our Facebook page, I want to encourage you to go over there. It's eBay Sellers United, and you can click the link in the description as well. So for that, I wish you all the best. Happy selling.